everybody. Good morning. It's Kim Wilson here. I'm glad you're joining me on this beautiful morning or catching the video on replay. I'm doing my card class a little differently today, this month, because it's my birthday month, and so I thought I'd do something fun. So instead of doing 3 separate cards, we're going to do 3 cards that kind of belong together in a grouping. So I'm going to be featuring today in the new catalog the Flowers for Every Season suite, which is just beautiful. And so that's on page 10, 11, and 12 in your catalogs. And we're especially going to be looking today at the Designer Series paper, which is the star of the show, and the new in colors, of course. So right here they are: Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Just Jade, and Misty Moonlight. My personal favorite is Just Jade because I'm a fan of green, but they're all really pretty and they go nicely together, as you can see in the paper. And here's just a few of the pieces that you get in the 6x6 paper stack that goes with this product suite. So lots of beautiful and a nice small images, which are really pretty. And we'll be working with this paper today. And there's a few other things that come with this suite. There's 2 stamp sets, a die set, a punch, there's ribbon, there's gems, and we have combo packs of 4 of the colors in Stampin' Blends too, so that's really fun. So the paper has all 5 of the new in colors in it, so you'll get to see a peek of that today. Okay. Well, let's move along here. These are the 3 cards that I put on the handout, but I have a lot of variations on this project, and I'll show you how to cut the paper to get to this point. Okay, so I mailed out some of the packets yesterday, so you should be getting them tomorrow, or some of you will be getting them when you pick up orders on my porch. And in your packet, you'll be getting one mystery sheet of Designer Series paper, because there's all different patterns. There's 48 sheets altogether and a number of different patterns. You'll be getting 3 envelopes and 3 cards, and I'm going to pick ones that match your particular piece. For this sample, we're going to do, let's see, we've got Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Cinnamon Cider, because they go nicely with these colors. And of course, we've got 2 sides of each sheet, so we'll be using those. And you'll be getting 3 cardstock mats, Whisper White, to use on your 3 cards. And I also put in a little packet of embellishments, so we've got some die cuts to use for your sentiments, and we've got some of the ribbon that goes with this suite, and a little pinch of the little gems here, which are in clear and the Just Jade. Now let me give you a little peek of the ribbons there too. Aren't those pretty? There's some baker's twine, and you can't go wrong with gingham or basic white. Really pretty ribbons to use for your projects, and I've given you a little snippet there if you want to try those out. All right, that's what the packets will look like. Let's get started here. Oh, in the handout, I just posted in our Facebook group, and I'll be emailing it as well. So the handout will show these 3 cards, the color combo, measurements, yeah, all the measurements are given, and the layout for cutting the paper, and the product list. So that'll all be in the handout. Okay, let's see. Let's get started on our piece. Just a quick look here. We're going to cut our Designer Series paper in half, and then we're going to cut it 4 1/4, and then we're going to rectangles into triangle shapes. So I'll show you in a bit how to do that, and this will be on your handout. Okay, let me grab my paper trimmer, and we'll get started cutting our piece here. All right, first we're going to cut at 3 inches, which just basically cuts it in half. And then I'm just going to put the two halves together and cut those at the same time at 4 1/4, which is the next cut. Okay, so we end up with these two pieces, which are going to be for one of the cards. And then we've got two bigger triangles, or rectangles, and we're going to cut these into triangles on the diagonal. This is really the only tricky part of the project, and it's not too difficult. We're just going to line up the ends of the piece, the opposite ends, and just zip it across with your paper trimmer. And then keeping them together, we're going to do the exact same thing here. So we're going to put one end there, but we're going to have to make sure that our other ends haven't slid away so that we get a nice cut there. That looks good. Okay, now we've got our 4 triangles like this. Okay, let me move my paper trimmer out of the way. And you're going to do the exact same thing with the other. So we've got these 4 pieces. All right, so you can leave them like this, and that's really pretty, or you might decide you would like to flip 2 of them to the opposite color, which is really pretty too. So let's see, we're going to just go ahead and glue those together. So let me find my glue. Put a little bit of my liquid glue here. And the nice thing about the liquid glue is you can kind of slide it a little bit in case you get it out of sync there from where you want it. We're leaving a little gap. So there we go. All 4 triangles are on there. And the squares here, or the little rectangles, there's going to be a little extra space there, so we're going to leave a little bit of a bigger gap. If you want to trim down that piece, you can. Or another fun thing I did was cut each of these in half again, and then you can space them out nicely, and that gives a nice look too. Whoops, I guess I'm doing this one the same on both, but you could flip one over if you want. Okay, so there's that card, there's this one, and the third one can be the same as this one or the opposite corners flipped, or however you want to do it. I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I've already scored your cards, so you just need to fold them on the score line towards the mountain. Okay, let's see what'll look pretty here. I think I'm going to do this one on here, and on the Just Jade, and then let's do this little guy on the Misty Moonlight. That'll look pretty. Okay, there we go. Now our card bases are all ready, and we're just ready to embellish. So in your kit, I put some die cuts, and you can use whatever sentiments you want to put on them, but I would recommend this set. I really have enjoyed working with this one. It's called Many Mates. It's got some nice sentiments here, and then it's got some nice little one-liners to put on the inside, which is always a good thing. So you have something for the outside and the inside of your cards. Now the die cuts here that I have included are from the Tasteful Labels die set, and this is just a nice variation of labels and shapes to use for sentiments. And just a little tip here, I actually was able to cut out all of the dies from 1/2 sheet of cardstock, and you can use something like this as a template to put over your sentiments and see which ones look nice together. So that happy anniversary might look nice. I'm actually going to use this one right here, this happy birthday, on that one. Here's a nice circle that would look good on that one. So you can use that to find a nice shape with these label dies. Okay, so stamping, we're just going to use Memento Block and stamp these like that. And Now, I don't know if you noticed when I showed the samples a minute ago at the beginning, but I colored in with a marker. So we're gonna have markers, a marker set of the in colors in our Stampin' Write markers. I don't have mine yet; they're coming today. And also the blends, as I said before, in 4 of the colors. So you could use blends for that. Okay, so, and of course we want dimensionals to adhere our little labels here. So there's that one done except for coloring. So I really like this sheet. This is a pretty one. I like the colors in this one. So I want to show you a few more things and a few more ideas then, and to make your 3 cards. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, I should show you this sheet. I took all of those labels and put them on a little index sheet so you can just see what they look like. So I just love this label set. It's the Tasteful Labels dies, and I'm going to be using those a lot, I'm sure. Let's see. One other thing I wanted to show you is if you want to create more of these cards yourself, this is a nice way to cut the mats. So what I did was I cut it 4 3/4 here, and then I cut 3 pieces at 3 1/2. So then you've got your 3 mats there. Now you've got your extra little piece there, and don't throw that away because you can use that to make little tags, and you might have itty bitty wishes or itty bitty birthdays, and those fit nicely there. You can just make a little banner out of those and then cut it off to fit your greeting, and that would also look nice, a little banner on one of these cards. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I guess I will just show you the rest of my samples. Okay, get this out of the way. Okay, here's 3 that I did, the same layout. We've got the little triangles here, and again you can switch these in different orientations for a different look. And this time I added some embellishments. I've got some in color ribbon and in color enamel dots, and I stamped on the banner as well on the sentiment with the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. So I kind of stamped off and then stamped on it, so it made a nice background. The Celebrate Sunflowers is one of the stamp sets that is part of the Flowers for Every Season suite, and it also has some dies that go with it. Okay, there's that set. Let's see. Now, I've been raving about the Tasteful Labels dies. It actually is bundled at 10% off with the Tasteful Touches stamp set, which is really pretty. Look at all those beautiful sentiments and images. So you can do a lot with that stamp set if you wanted to get that bundle. And these are the cards I made with Tasteful Touches. So you can see I did the same thing as before. I just flipped 2 of my triangles to get the opposite side and added embellishments. So this is the ribbon that I included in your kit. So you've got a little bit of each of these ribbons, and these are the little gems that you can add to the die cuts. And if you're going to use the gems, I would recommend the Take Your Pick tool, and you're going to use the putty end. Just put a dot of glue down, use the putty end to pick up a gem and stick it on, because they're a little hard to work with without a tool like that. So Take Your Pick tool, a little plug for that. I use it all the time. All right, what do we have next? I've got 3 cards again using this. Oh, this set is actually 4 cards, because what I did was I only used some of my triangles on each card, so I was able to get an extra card out. I used 3 on this one and stamped here, same with this. And then I used the other 2 triangles here and stamped across here. So I used the, let's see, the stamp set I used for this was, I think it's called Daisy Lane, yes. Daisy Lane stamp set for this, and I made these little daisy embellishments. Again, I used the little gems from Flowers for All Season. And now my 2 pieces here I did cut again in half, and so you can see that makes a nice layout as well. And this card features the cinnamon cider paper in color, which is really fun. Okay, let's see. Last but not least, I have some Christmas cards. Yes, there is a Christmas pattern in that paper. So here we've got cinnamon cider, bumblebee, just jade, and then we've added a little bit of poppy parade, which goes nicely in here and pulls out this bright red in the poinsettia colors. And stamp set for this one I used Itty Bitty Christmas, and instead of using the die cuts, I just used a punch. Let's see, it's the 1.5-inch circle punch. So that makes a nice, quick, easy card when you can punch out the sentiments. And Itty Bitty Christmas was my favorite last year. I used that stamp set constantly. Okay, so I've showed you the layouts and how to do put the cards together. So I think we've just about finished up here. And if you didn't get your packet or ordered, I still can send them out. I'm going to send them out throughout the month of June. Just contact me. Well, let's put my website up here so you can see it. You can contact me if you'd like to order this month. That's my current host code. I appreciate orders, and I will be sending out the card kit for anybody that orders this month. A little different than usual since we don't have club going on this month. Stamp Club starts in July, so if you're interested in joining up for Stamp Club, you can contact me and get more information on that. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy putting this card kit together. And I'm just going to put the handout right there as well so you can see all the information is given on the handout, so you'll be able to make these, and I hope you have fun. Happy crafting!